Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. I'm, of course, Hickory, the drunken underwhelming. Happy birthday to me. It's season 3, episode 46. The same 5 songs EP, Hickory's birthday with Glyde Woodrow of the Corner podcast. He's going to be here shortly and very excited to have him on. I will be on his podcast at some point. There's been some cool developments with the birthday. And yeah, I'm just going to, we're going to drink and hang out and talk some shit. Let's get into the show. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's my birthday episode. Birthday was yesterday. We're celebrating today. There was quite a delay. I'll feel. Oh, I hear voices. Welcome to episode 46, season 3, the Drunken Under Quarantine show. Tonight, we're pretty much going to celebrate my birthday and talk some shit. And Glide's going to hang out with us. And yeah, it's going to be fun. Sean said, "Who does not know the evils of war cannot appreciate its benefits?" Sun Tzu. He also said, "Use toothbrushes. You're stupid wrong, son. Use toothbrushes." So I don't know. Maybe that's a new market that's opening up. That's how bad things are getting. We'll talk about that shortly. But without further ado, welcome to the Spotlight stage, my man, my boy, my comrade. Please help me welcome Mr. G.W. Foley.
I'm a big boy, standing in my big boy stance. Hurry up, give me the microphone before I bust in my pants. Mad author of anguish, my language polluted. Onyx is heavyweight and still undisputed.
Yeah.
It's 8:03. What is up, motherfuckers? It is Wednesday night. I'm glad I got to bust out a long verse when our guest is here. It's going to take me a second to remember his name. Because here's the thing. Like, he knows me as something else. I know him as something else. And it's like some kind of weird, like, pro wrestling vibe where it's like, I call you something else in private. Like, what am I supposed to do on the stage, man? This is awful. So the other day I was seeing my beautiful wife was on the computer and I walked over to see her and she said, or she grabbed my nuts and said, "These are my babies. These are my babies." And I sat there for a second going, well, of course they are. They only go one of two places. And the other one's a gym sock. So, but then I thought about it a little more, and I realized I had a vasectomy 7 years ago. Even you can have them. You're gonna have to go fishing for them because right now they're just they're shooting all over my ball sack. Like they're not going anywhere. That was a lot funnier in my head. I need to work on that one. I need to work on that one. It has potential. There's this girl in school that I've been giving heavy metal bands to listen to. And I thought I was listening to some heavy shit. Like bands like Weed Eater and stuff like that, fucking music. And the other day she comes by and she's like, "Hey, I got a band for you to listen to. It's called Mortician." And I fucking listened to it. And the first thing that came to my mind was, "Girl, who hurt you? Why are you listening to this?" And I asked her that question, and She was like, "Oh, I listened to that to work out." And I'm like, "Jesus Christ! Like that type of anger is not good for anybody. Like, how do you calm down? Like, what the fuck do you listen to? Like, I props to her for listening to this shit like that, but god damn, every once in a while I need a nice cool jazz album and just fucking sit back, relax, and let Miles Davis do his work. Like that. Fuck yeah. Okay, that's enough of me. Let me turn it over to the real reason why we all gather here. Hickory, the drunk and underwhelming.
Oh, good evening, gentlemen. Thank you guys for being here. Of course, my birthday was yesterday. Things were delayed because there was, a need for some sober swimmers, and I must say that I rocked it out today. And it was a weird birthday, being really, really sober, like a week sober, and I was just like, it's my birthday, and I have a fridge practically full of beer, and I can't drink it because there's a goal that's more important than today alone. And but no, that's over. It was awesome. Thanks everybody for the birthday wishes, and I'm not doing a piece of magic right now, but I will share this. My wife got me for my birthday, and I'm stoked. This is the green, the morphed shredder. It's an amalgamation of shredder and the Green Ranger, and I'm pretty much in love with the concept. It's from the apparently there's a crossover comic book that I'm probably not going to read, but I love the idea of turtles and the Power Rangers in the same universe, and apparently somebody has done it. Doom metal's good for a workout. Let me turn your audio. I'm going to turn your audio down. I think. Okay, that might be better. Okay.
That was awesome.
Oh, it was beautiful. You're going to be a strong vocalist. Don't worry, GW Flex Seal has come out with a new adapter kit. Tomorrow said, Doom metal's good for the workout. Blenda K said, hey, she's here. Yep, Matt said, Kid has some thoughts. That's more than true. Doom as in the video game. Love it. Happy belated birthday. Thank you. The Get said happy birthday. Up here, Skimora said happy birthday. Thank you guys. And then Sean said, happy birthday, you old cyborg. What's next? Changing the members out with a piston. That's kind of what we did in the wash today. They took a good bath, and yeah, it's been a long week. I'm on vacation though, so that's awesome.
Nice. Yeah,
pretty stoked. And the big news was yesterday. This is the thing now. This is Spotify. MC Molasses EP, the same 5 songs is up, and yeah, there's a collection of tunes there. Sitting in the country. And we'll dive into later, but that's all I'm going to share for right now. Let's get into wrong one, Hickory. Anyways, welcoming to the Spotlight stage, a good friend of both G-Dubs and mine, even though we didn't know it. We G-Dubs and I were buddies for years before we both realized that we knew this gentleman. He's doing the Corner podcast. Go check that out on all major podcast platforms. And he's doing some really cool interviews with some really cool people. But let's welcome him to our Spotlight stage. Please help me help Matt, aka M. De Glyde Woodward. Woodrow. Sorry, I'm awful.
No worries. Thank you very much for having me on for an official guest spot.
Yes, thank you for being here.
Good. And happy birthday first and foremost.
Thank you, sir.
So cheers to that. And G-Dubs, you can call me whatever you want, really. It could be Matt, it could be asshole, it could be whatever in between.
Out of all the things I could call you, asshole wouldn't be the first on the list.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Yeah. That
And it's an honor to not be an asshole, I guess. Every now and again, I got a streak in me though. But it's fun to see my name somewhere else other than the things I'm doing now too. So it's very cool. Yeah, I've been busy with the podcast, so it's been quite the adventure. And then there's been people who have been looking forward to talking to me too. So that's been a surprise.
Nice.
So, yeah. I'm definitely here to celebrate the birthday boy, and the release of some new music. Yeah, that's what's up. Very excited.
Okay, if that's what you got, Matt, we're gonna get into the regular show. You guys ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Oh, almost. Yeah, there we go. The cat says that baby was psyched about your birthday gift. Yes. Skidmore said no 3 of hearts. No, I'm sorry. I'm lazy and drunk, and it's my birthday. The cat said AGW and I'm to Glyde.
Hey.
Sean's a little more volume. Yeah, I turned it back up. I turned Matt's volume down just a little bit during the intro because baby was ripping them vocals. She was hitting some high notes.
She was exercising her rights.
Yeah, she's got the right to fight.
Yeah, the guy said my husband is a carpenter. Is in a bunch of groups online. They're all sharing miter saw injury stories and pics. Yeah, no, that's awful. That's like just as bad as table saw stories, and I hate that. Like, there's nothing I hate more than seeing that shit. Sean said 5 times 5. No, I'm a little older than 25, my friend.
Oh, that's sweet.
I know. He's such a good guy. So we have a couple of top. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, dude, I was so psyched. Like, I was talking to somebody, and like, I brought up my age, and because it was relevant to the story, really, it was. And she was like, "Wow, I thought you were a lot younger than that." And I'm like, "Thanks. That's because I'm immature."
That's about what I get too. Is like I watch some shows with the oldest kid that say, and for mature, and she will turn to me and she's like, "Good thing they're counting years old and not actual maturity, Dad."
Yeah,
that's true.
That's true.
The kid's singing again.
Oh, it's awesome. You should record some of it and then we'll put it to music. I've always wanted to do that with my niece, like get her to just like yell some random words. Just like yell these like 10, 12, 15 random words, and then I can go in and put them on music and cut them all together. And I thought that'd be fun at some point. G-Dubs also had a cool idea where we'd have her drive a picture of a car and a landscape, and then we could take that and edit it like in editing software and animate it, and then put us in the car. And I was like, that would be like a really fun video at some point.
That would be fun.
That would be cool. But yeah, I figured before we get started, tell us a little bit about the podcast, Matt, just to enlighten the audience, because it's pretty cool. You've been doing cool stuff.
Well, thank you very much for that and for the push on that too. Well, first of all, thank you for supporting too, because when I told you I was going to do it, you were out of the gates one of my biggest supporters. Well, it's called The Corner. Basically, I've been listening to a ton of podcasts, and what happened is that I'm like at some point I'm like, I could do this. I definitely can do this, and I can just ask some people I know and some people I've met through my own journeys through music and poetry. So it's called The Corner, which is basically symbolic of where all the shit happens in a town or a city. Everybody meets at the corner and discusses things. It's where the soapbox is. That's where, people talk about everything. And,
Yep. Where the old men chew the fat.
Yeah. So I figured that, and it's a little shout out to where I originally, where I came into the world, I should say, Dorchester, Massachusetts, because we had the corner store that literally everything happened, good, bad, in between. And so I decided to, sit down with people I've met, focusing on creativity, creative arts, celebrating it, conversating about it, making my rounds of the people I've met in my everyday life, plus with like some people, like I said before, that I met in my travels and going to shows that I've made friends with. And I'm a huge hip hop head, huge poetry fan, I'm a poet too. So like, the circles were pretty wide, and sometimes the circles turn into Venn diagrams. And that's pretty much what the celebration is. It's what the corner is a celebration of all that. And having a lot of fun doing it.
That's perfectly put, my friend. What is your scheduling? Is there a set schedule, or is it?
I release on Mondays, with or without a guest. I'll release on a Monday, and I say that because I've been fortunate enough to be a little bit ahead of what I originally scheduled myself to do. As I set myself to be a semi-weekly, but I drop at 7 a.m. every Monday, or around there. I've got a new episode with a guest dropping this coming Monday. I had one a couple days ago drop. I don't have any set schedule to record per se. I kind of go at the whims of whoever is coming on with me, to make it easier for them to come to me. And I have the kid's upset.
Hitting it.
Yeah, she's getting those notes.
I'm getting that.
It's
I can't get high. I have to go low.
It's fitting she's coming in on this one because like she's a guest star in a couple episodes actually.
Nice.
Accidental then too, but it fits. And I made this little auto-tune track singing with her.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
And it was her birthday, as I was talking to you.
Yep.
It was her birthday on Monday. She just turned 1.
The 13th.
So, so she has done one lap around the sun.
12th?
Yeah. The 13th.
Yeah, 13th.
Yeah. And then
I've been getting confused because I keep thinking today's the 14th. It's like I'm celebrating my birthday today, right? Even though it was yesterday.
Yeah, we had a snow day at school yesterday, so like I'm.
Yeah, it was pretty much a snow day at life. We're luckily on vacation, but for those, we woke up to about a foot yesterday, and dug out around 10. I think we moved the cars for the plow guy around 4:30ish. I think we ran to the store at 2 because we both have all-wheel drive and the main roads weren't bad. And we were like, oh, bummer. We were supposed to have birthday dinner with some of the guys last night. And the wife had planned this whole big surprise thing with some of my friends. Like G-Dubs was going to be there. Jake Pareto, my producer, music buddy. Tom G, who's been like a friend of mine since I was a little kid. Jake, Tom, G-Dubs, and Phil from the market. He's an awesome dude. We're all gonna go out, and I get home Saturday. Saturday was like my last day before my vacation, and she's just like, we're supposed to get really heavy storm all through Tuesday. And I planned this surprise thing for you that's no longer a surprise. So you got to reach out to the guys and change it. And I was like, oh, shit. Okay. So I created a group in Messenger that said my wife spoiled the surprise due to weather. And I added all the members. And actually, it kind of works out because we're going to go out to the Clear River Tavern tomorrow night. The cool story about the Clear River Tavern, relating back to my album. G-Dubs, don't let me forget that I'm going to go into the story about the Clear River Tavern. I'm going to read some comments first, just in case I get sidetracked. Sean had cleared up. When your audio and video is good, somebody told me to say 5x5. Okay, I'll know that. That's great. That's good to know. The guy said, make sure y'all got gold, silver, some whiskey over the counter, wound, fever care, and some pew-pews because the banks aren't the only things collapsing. People with 85 IQs are going to geek out. Yes. Yeah, and I think that's always a thing. It's like be prepared. There's nothing like a natural disaster in your early 20s to make you be like, yeah, maybe I should keep like some extra shit around in case things go south, and that has proved to work every single time. So we have not changed course at all. We're not really preppers, but we like to joke about it. I definitely did. I used to do when I did stand up regularly. I definitely have some prepper jokes and some bug out bag jokes, and I was like, that was a niche I liked riffing on. The guy said the circles overlap, turn into Venn diagrams. Great analogy. Hickory's birthday is Pi Day. That's neat. 314. Happy birthday to baby girl Glyde. I have a 1-year-old, 3-year-old, and a 5-year-old. Enjoy these precious years.
Thank you.
Yep. I hear you. I don't have any yet, but I'm watching a 5 and a 0-year-old grow up right now, and it's pretty amazing. And 314 is also what else? It's Pi Day. I forget Einstein's birthday, and Einstein was born. Einstein turned 4 when Karl Marx died or something like that. I can't remember. So I saw a meme about that. I was like, that Karl Marx died on 314.
All the overlaps.
And then, and one of the Hanson brothers. So I like to think we're equally as talented. Sean said, question is for Matt. Have you been exposed to Ren, High Ren? One of the most eclectic genre bending performances, in my opinion. Have you seen that one?
I have not.
I have watched it. It was one I was like, I've already watched it. I wasn't going to do reaction to it because it was just so intriguing. He's a very, very unique artist. That's one of the things we'll say about Ren is I've seen a few videos, and I am by no means like I don't know enough to be a fanboy, but everything I've seen is pretty good. And I don't know enough about the guy really to say one way or another, whether it's, his whole catalog could be good. Very, very interesting, captivating performance, but it's not, at least High Ren is not like a typical song. It's not like something, it's like a storytelling song. It's not like a song with a chorus and like I don't know. It's something to like really pay attention to. You know what I mean? It's not like I don't know, not something I would like throw in my workout playlist or my my fishing playlist or it's one of those things where it's like gonna hold your attention. It's almost like like some Immortal Technique songs.
Okay.
Where like it's not shit I'm gonna vibe to. It's shit I'm gonna like sit and listen and pay attention to and absorb the storytelling. You know what I mean?
Right. I get you. Yeah. Yeah, I'm all into all sorts of different stuff anyway, and then like I'll have to look him up because I'm definitely for keeping everything on the pod as interesting as possible and keeping it fun, and that's the best part. Yep. So, wow, look him up. I'll look that up.
He's cool. Plays guitar. It's kind of rap. It's kind of singing. It's kind of talking. It's that one's like as Sean said, it's a very genre bending experience. The other one I wanted to mention, ask if you guys had seen, that was have you guys seen any of the videos from Kim Dracula?
I've seen a few, and because what caught me is that's the same name as a Deftones song.
Is Kim Dracula?
Yeah, there's a song called Kim Dracula, which I'm like, I wonder if that's something to do with that. And I was pleasantly surprised that it wasn't, because I love Deftones, but at the same time, that's a good show.
And it's very. Have you seen any of it, G-Dubs?
I have not.
It is so. At least the song "Drown" is a little more. I don't want to call it typical of a song, but it's a little more. I don't know. It's not as both. I forget what the first one was called, and the second one was called 70 Thorns with Jonathan from Korn.
Jonathan Davis.
Yeah, Jonathan Davis from Korn. So that one has like a very normal chorus type thing with Jonathan singing, but the verses are like Kim does like a lot of crazy different vocal and style changes all throughout verses. It's very, very interesting. Oh, the first one was called Make Me Famous, and that song literally goes like, and I'm not trying to like minimize it because it's fucking incredible, like 12 or 15 seconds of like different genres at a time throughout the entire song. So like it starts off with like elevator music, jazz, and then all of a sudden it's like System of a Down type metal, and then it slows down and it's like big band, and then there's like, and it's just like jazzy parts, metal parts, screaming parts, rock parts, pop parts. Like it's just you never know like what the song's going to bring at you. And it's a really cool experience seeing it because it's like just, and the visuals from the music video are pretty cool. But yeah, Kim Dracula is definitely caught my attention.
Nice.
But then again, yet again, not music that I'm necessarily going to throw on to vibe to. It's more like things that I'm going to sit and actively consume, which I think is how High Run goes. Anyways, I rambled for a minute. This is going to be a fun show. The guy said Taylor Hanson has the 314 birthday too. Yes, that is the one.
Is that one of the Hanson boys, like
yep.
Bop guys? Okay.
Yep.
Those guys are hella talented, actually.
I don't know if I've ever told you this, and I may have in person, is that they're one of the best shows I've seen live. Is that they are phenomenally talented. They've been playing together so long, and just it's like everything's perfect. And they break it up like, so they do a set, and then, well, at least the show we saw. I can't speak for all their shows. I don't know. I'm not a Hanson fanboy. I just enjoy their talent. They did a set, and then each member did like 2 songs. So like, the other guys got a break.
Please tell me Zach did Beth.
Oh, I can't.
From Kiss, Beth.
Oh, dude, it's been so long.
He's the drummer. He has to do Beth.
No, they all did like guitar singing or piano and singing songs.
That's what. Yeah, they are pretty talented.
They did that, and then a full second verse or a full second set. So there was like no set break. The show was just a continuous set. It was really cool.
Where did you see them?
So at that time it was Northern Lights, but it's Upstate Concert Hall in Clifton Park, New York.
Okay.
They have a lot of the same bands that like House of Blues in Boston does, except the venue is located in a strip mall. So there's like a ton of parking.
I like that.
You know what I mean? Like you can park right at the venue. Like when you leave the venue doors, it's like a minute max, like usually like 20 seconds from the doors to the time you're like sitting in your car. You know what I mean? It's in a strip mall. Like it's like it could have been an old Ames or something. I have no idea. But it's this cool, like I think it's like 2,000 person venue or so. And they have like pretty good bands. We've seen a ton of we used to want to go to the House of Blues all the time until we found this place, and we were like, oh shit, we can there's parking right there. I'm not worried about like I don't have to go to a parking garage or pay parking fees. Like I just show up. It's about the same distance, if not a little bit shorter. And the drives, I don't know, it's all interstate either way. So it doesn't matter much to me which direction I drive. Murph! G-Dubs is pulling out his wiener.
Oh man, you beat me after that joke.
He's a mainstay. People love Murphs.
Yeah. He was creeping around, and I was like, all right, you're being good right now. I'll pick you up.
I hope that his name is Merce.
Oh man, we got a bunch of comments. I'm dragging. The guy said, I've been the happiest of my life since being married and being a mama. When you have them babies, it makes you better, sharper, more focused, and you really understand what love is when you live for them. Well,
I agree with that. It's like if anybody comes after my daughters, they're probably going to die where they stand. So.
The guy said, Sean, I think I heard him rapping about aliens and conspiracies, and I was like, this is so much in one spot, but I enjoyed it a lot. Nice. I like songs about aliens and conspiracies. That sounds right up my alley. Sean said his history is street performing. His hip hop rap prowess is excellently shown in the 3 minute The Hunger. Okay, I'll have to check that one out.
So I'm sorry, I've been interrupting.
Sorry, no, you're good.
The descriptions of Ren sound. If I sent you Chesky videos,
no,
Chesky is super cool. Like he was a guest on The Corner too.
Nice.
He does like folky stuff, punky stuff. He's like a really fantastic rapper too. Like he's actually going on tour with NoFX pretty soon.
Oh, that's awesome.
He's got a band called the Co-Defendants, and
I heard them the other day. I listened to Faction XM because my car came with XM, so I'm abusing the 4 months of free XM.
Yeah,
been listening to a lot of Faction Punk, and I definitely listened to Co-Defendants the other day.
Co-Defendants is so good. Yeah, like Chesky's got that genre bending type stuff too. Like, and he's a super fucking nice person too. So,
like I said, I've seen the Deftones live twice. Once with Breaking Benjamin and 3 Days Grace, the other with Code Orange open for them.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, I love Deftones.
That would be a cool show. I've never seen them. I've seen a lot of bands, but never Deftones.
Same. Yeah.
Sean Henry said Metal Rim does not copyright any of his content. Amazing rabbit hole for any reactor. Metal Rim. Okay, we'll have to look into that. The guy said Bob Dylan said the best show he ever saw live was Hanson. They've been playing together since they were toddlers. I love siblings harmony. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me, dude, because like there is a bond there that you can't build, that can't be manufactured.
Right.
And I know the bond I felt with dudes that I really have like a deep personal connection to when we play music. I can think of like 3 or 4 other people that it's like, not sound weird, but it's borderline romantic. And like, we just feel each other and we can watch each other's body language and know exactly what each other's going to do. And I can imagine if I had 2 people like that, we could run a successful project, like, but that's rare. Like, and they were born into it. And like, I can't even imagine like what it must be like with like the sibling bond as well. It must be incredible.
Well, that was the chemistry of Jackson 5, right? So it's like,
well, that and their dad beat them.
Oh yeah, that helped a little bit. Sing perfectly, or I'll fucking kill you.
Yeah,
that'll do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna sing perfectly.
The guy said, Sean, I have some new stuff to check out. Thanks for the suggestions. Sean said, I do know why YouTube changed my comment. Ren to Metal Rim.
I
said, okay.
That's a weird thing. Yeah.
GW's fur baby is so cute. Yes, he has a very, very beautiful wiener, I must say. He's
such an asshole.
But he's so pretty. And so we allow him to get away with it. It's kind of like normal society on the show. John said he's currently undergoing stem cell treatment therapy for Lyme disease. Ren was an artistic description of his struggles. Yeah, it's a back and forth. It's a struggle. And that song's got to be like 7 minutes or something. I haven't looked into it in a while.
I love real music, so I'm gonna check that out as soon as
it's an artistic performance for sure. It's like it's one of those ones where I don't know what genre to put it in. Like at least with Kim, I can be like, generally it's metal, like you're going to like it if you're into metal. Like Ren is like, you're going to like it if you're into art. It's jazz of the mouth at sometimes. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but yeah. Speaking of which, let's talk about my music for a minute, or Emsley Molasses music, but I'm presenting it. So I wanted your comments, both of you, because this is I would say the first time the whole album's been available in finished format. Because I've shared a lot of stuff throughout the past few months, like on the show, but not anything full. I just wanted some feedback. Like, would you guys anything that you were like stand out? Anything that touched you? Anything that you hated? I'd especially love to hear that. If you absolutely hated something in one of the songs, that would really be interesting. And I'd love to hear it because I'm curious because this is like the first time I've had people that were into music to be like, "Hey, tell me what you thought."
So are we gonna play it first and then like dissect track by track?
If you want to do that, we can't. Oh, before we do though, we'll have to decide. We could throw on the videos for the two that have videos, and then some lyric videos. We could play it off Spotify. Whatever we want to do.
What's gonna get you the most money?
Yeah, let's do it that way. Let's get you paid.
Probably the Spotify plays. But before we do that, I almost forgot to mention this week's sponsor. What have you seen the past few shows? Do you know who sponsors the show now?
I do not.
The official sponsor of the Drunken Under Quarantine show is the Drunken Under Quarantine show. That's right. Let's hear from those boys.
Okay.
The Drunken Under Quarantine show presents Real Men of Genius.
Real Men of Genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. CEO, who appointed the risk manager at SVB guy.
Mr. CEO appointed a risk manager at SVB guy.
While most investment scumbags think, I could make a little for the little guy and a lot for us, you said, nah, let's spend it on Pride Month.
Social credit score is good.
Most people have to work hard for the money, but you found a tech bubble and thought, I can learn to surf.
You don't even need the floaties.
While most would be fired and ostracized for such a blunder by jumping the shark, you dumped a lot of stock and asked for a
Just
bailout.
like 2008.
So crack open an ice cold Vermont IPA, Mr. CEO, who appointed the risk manager at SVB guy, because you showed us you should never fail to see the silver lining in a global economy collapse cloud.
Mr. CEO appointed a risk manager at SVB guy.
The Drunken Under Quarantine show, Wednesdays at 8.
So thank you to the Drunken Under Quarantine show for sponsoring the program. We appreciate you guys.
Those boys are pretty and smart.
Those two beautiful men over there just doing work every week.
Okay.
So yeah,
They are very pretty. They are very pretty.
thank you.
Yes.
Beautiful bearded bitches, I like to say.
Yeah. So I fit right in with this, even if I'm a guest. I fit right in
That's
with
right.
bearded shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Even if I do have the silver fox.
I've thought about changing it up to only bearded guests. Or like that would be funny. That's like one of the requirements. Like if you're a chick who wants to come on the show, you have to wear a fake beard. I guess like a beards only. I feel like then we could get a sponsor like Squatch Beard. It's piney fresh.
The only thing I'm thinking about is like beards, like heterosexual relationships for homosexuals, like beards. Like, oh, that's someone's beard. Like,
Yeah, that's a.
I don't know. That's what I was thinking. Okay, I'll shut up now. God damn it, I'm striking out.
Jason said awesome. Sean said those are fart smaller. The Guts one said the diversity hire risk manager bet they wish they didn't donate that $75 million to BLM. They also they spent a bunch of money on stupid shit, which like I'm all for activism, but I don't think banks should be engaging in activism. Call me crazy.
I don't think banks should be engaging in anything that has to do with our money
Or investing at all.
Right.
Right?
That just doesn't strike me as right.
But who knows? I'm not a smart feller. But Sean, those are some fart smellers. I like that. That was a good segue into that comment. Those beards are making people change their pronouns to he and manly. Oh, I appreciate that. Yes, I part-time identify as lumberjack. No, I wish I was that manly. Let's we listen to a track and dissect it afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna start with "Leave Me Alone." We'll just go down like through the 5. So yeah, the EP consists of 5 songs that MC Molasses wrote back in like 2016, 2017, maybe 2015. I can't remember. We started to record a few of the scratch tracks when Jake was down here, and then he ended up leaving. So Jake had moved to Burlington initially, got an apartment with his girlfriend at the time, now his wife, and then got offered a great job back home. So he was driving down during the week and staying at his parents' house, and then going up there for the weekends. And Woodstock and Burlington are about 2 hours, an hour and 45, an hour and a half if you're, on the throttle and take no stops. But like we plan 2 hours just in case, especially for appointments and stuff. But so I wrote these right when I got into like country hip hop initially, and I'm not saying that this is not representative of the entire genre or anything, but I really like it. I liked it. Like, it was good, well-written tunes about working hard and living in the middle of nowhere, where a lot of hip hop at the time, like all the hip hop I experienced before, was written from like a urban perspective or a city perspective, or most of it. I'm not saying all, you know what I mean? But like as a generalization, from somebody who lived like in a well-populated area. And that's like the first time I experienced songs that were about like living out in the middle of nowhere and having bonfires and you know, smelling like campfire cologne. And I loved it. And so I ended up, it was like, I had done some rap stuff back when I was like, I don't know, 16 through 18, somewhere in there. I got to go dig through the old CD collection and see if I can find some of the original Molasses tracks, because I'll share them with you guys and they're hilarious. And I actually have one on the channel that's a 2012 track, which who knows, we might pull up in a little bit. But this is when we recorded a little bit of it when Jake moved back down for the sweet job offer. He worked here for about 3 years. We started working on it, recorded a couple tracks, and he ended up moving back north, and we just kind of lost touch. About 1.5 years ago, we realized that we were at the point, partly due to the tech boom, I assume, due to COVID, and everybody was doing everything online, or maybe they started this project way before, and that was just why it was popular, was we discovered a product called BandLab, which is a digital audio workshop that you can use online, where you can collaborate with people, and I can record something in my studio by myself. I can save it. I can shoot him a message and say, hey, check out the new verse I recorded, for like, if I recorded vocals, or check out the bass line I'm working on. And he can literally open it up right there and listen to it and see the project.
That's cool.
So it's absolutely like mind-boggling, because if we had this 10 years ago, we'd have hundreds of albums written at this point. Because I mean, the next one's almost done at this point. MC Molasses working his ass off. 2 full songs completed for the next one.
It's ironic considering the name.
Yep. Yeah, slow and thick, but there's a lot bottled up. You know what I mean? There's a lot of molasses in that barrel. Anyways, we'll get to the first track. This is the lead track. Anyways, so yeah, eventually I was like, hey, we did a couple songs, we worked on some new stuff, and then I was like, hey, we should record that EP, because I have a 5-song written EP. All the progressions are mapped out, the times are mapped out, the vocals are all, like, the lyrics are all written, the harmonies are set. Let's just do this thing. And right after we started working on it, right before, a little before Turf Type, and then now this one's done. I'm happy with most of them. I think 2.5 are really good. I think the other 2.5 are okay, but there was a point where I just needed to like set a deadline, because I could have worked on this for the rest of my life. I literally could have sit there and nitpicked every single little part of the song and every little decision I made along the way, and just gone effect crazy. And instead I was like, you know what, I'm going to set a hard deadline, and it's going to be good enough. As long as it's mastered and it passes the standard audio settings for all the major distributors, I'm okay with that. And so here we are. It's the same 5 songs. I'm going to play Leave Me Alone, grab a beer, and I'll be right back. You guys good?
Yeah.
Okay, let me know you can hear this.
Yep.
Okay.
Sitting in the country, bag full of monkeys, but we don't let them get us down. Sipping on some pale ale, home of the long trail. That's where I call my hometown. Working hard like my father and drinking on the water, and having a place that I can call my own. You might have a few cars, I got a few ARs, so you might want to leave me alone. I'm from Vermont and I do what I want, just leave didn't need to do that great. But wouldn't it be great to see your social song could be president someday? People from over the border, it's an upside New Hampshire, they say. New Hampshire's an upside down Vermont, man, let's get that shit straight. Yeah, we got them higher taxes, pay a lot to the state. And we sued them bitches when they thought 10 rounds was enough for an AK. I don't call me guns, only on Rugers and ARs. When the police search my house, they know how patriotic we are. Cause if patriotism was homework, then I get a gold star. Cause trash talking the flag on my house, man, it won't get you far. Like get you a boot in the ass and a point to your car. So I wave a middle finger and sip this 14 star. We're just some Vermont boys, and when the times get hard, we drink Vermont IPA, so we don't know who we are. Sitting in the country, back full of monkeys, but we don't let them get us down. Sipping on some pale ale, rum with the long trail. That's where I call my hometown. Working hard with my father, drinking on the water. And then a place that I can call my home. He might have a few cars, I got a few ARs, so you might want to leave me alone. I'm from Vermont and I do what I want, just leave me alone. I'm from Vermont and I do what I want, just leave me alone. Come out to the woods when I want my peace. So white trash, I was baptized in monster bacon grease. Just a good old boy, don't care what you do in them sheets. As long as you don't come around here and you don't fuck with me. I'm so redneck that you swear my fucking neck was born red. The way I'm back in 6 my frame, I'm certified Angus corn fed. Real man ain't afraid of gluten, real man ain't afraid of bread. I'm crushing grains like a buck. Fuck what all them hippies said, homegrown's how I keep it. Women, weed, whiskey, back in my holler, we keep it as simple as can be. More American than Aunt Samantha, put her apple pie on my D. More classic than a song with a progression that goes GDC. And you know we ain't no stranger to them 50-hour work weeks. You know I ain't a stranger to them freaks and them beats. I've been grinding and not minding, but I've been finding my feet. And it's been a fucking decade since you fucking heard me, but I'm back. Sitting in the country, back full of monkeys, but we don't let them get us down. Sipping on some pale ale, with the long trail. That's where I call my hometown. Working hard with my father, drinking on the water. Having in a place that I can call my home. You might have a few cars, I got a few ARs, so you might want to leave me alone. I'm from Vermont and I do what I want, just leave me alone. I'm from Vermont and I do what I want, just leave me alone.
Okay. Song 1, Leave Me Alone.
Okay. So, for the next album, here's what I want you to do. I want you to have one song where you don't play with vocal toys.
Okay. Like no effects.
Yeah. Or bare minimum.
Okay.
Because it's a running theme with you.
Yes,
and
it is.
I get it. But I like it. I like it. I just want to see I want to see you branch out.
Okay.
Feel naked.
No, that's fair.
Do you want him to be naked too when he's doing that?
Absolutely.
Okay, I was hoping you were going to say that, so I wouldn't have to, but I will second that part too. So the naked part, so, just to be clear. Big shout out! You shouted out 14th Star.
Yeah. I flipped the middle
it.
finger. We'll set with this 14th star.
That's so. They make some fucking great beer. But
So it fit in because that verse was like a take on like all the patriotic verses I'd heard in most of the country hip hop, and kind of wanted to like ground it in 14th state.
yeah,
And yeah, so it's not a reference that like everyone will get, but those who know.
yeah. It's got the. I like those. Like it fed itself to you to be like a. Like you said, a triple entendre there. So like you're from Vermont. It's named after Vermont, sorta, in being its 14th state, 14th star on the flag, and then with the patriotic stuff. That's I like that. That I say. By the way, I saved this comment because you sent me the link to the video. So I saved this comment because I knew I was coming on tonight. So that was really hard to do.
Fair. Thank you.
I like to talk about music. So
The
a little bit.
the video, G-Dubs, did you hate the edits? I want to ask,
No.
did you hate the gun edit? Because my wife was like, "Are you trying to be taken seriously or not?" Because this looks, and I was just like, "No, I'm having fun. This is Hickory and Molasses having fun." And I think that's fun in its own, and that I don't need to take anything too seriously because nobody else does. You know, like I'm not delusional, but I think. Did you hate that? Was that all right? Were the gun edits funny, or were they?
It was funny. It was funny. It took me a second because it's quick.
Yeah, the AK one is like super fast.
Yeah,
Like it's probably like, I don't know, 35 frames or something like that.
And I understand why it's not on there longer. Like, I get it. Yeah, it threw me the first couple times. Like, I had to rewatch it. It was funny though. Here's the thing. Like, Hickory and I have a long history of like looking for validation with work, and it sounds like I'm being really harsh, and like I don't mean to be, and I know you don't take it that way, but I don't want our viewers to be like,
yeah, we almost need like a disclaimer banner that's like, disclaimer, these guys are friends and any criticism is constructive criticism and to be taken as such, because like I don't want people I agree. I don't want people thinking that like we're shitting on each other over each other's work here.
Yeah, no.
That's not the deal. I'm looking for that because there's not enough real people in my, you know what I mean? Like there's not enough people in my circle that know music enough that I value to ask like, hey, give me some real constructive criticism on both the music and the video, and not have them be like, oh, it was good. Or it was, you know, like, oh, it was great. I'm so glad you did this. Because that's what everybody wants to do, because nobody wants to be like, actually, the second verse sucked. And you're, you know, which I don't expect of my friends, but I expect like criticism to be like, okay, there was a bar where I didn't like this and this didn't work. Or, you know, like G-Dub said, there's too many effects or whatever. Oh, Skid Morrow said, I have 20 songs about breaking up, but I won't tell you they're on Reverb Nation because I don't do shameless self-promotion. Under your name, Skid Morrow, because we might be looking it up.
I might be looking it up.
Yeah.
Good breakup song.
Yeah,
man.
Skid Morrow is a good dude. I would definitely check out his music. Yeah. Let's move into the next one. This one was the first single. So these songs are actually on the album in the same order that they were deemed finished. To be very explicit, Leave Me Alone was produced. I wrote it. I wrote the chord progression. I sent the track to Jake in Burlington, and he said, I'm going to redo the track. And he completely redid the drums, the guitar, the bass, everything under my vocals. And then I went in and re-recorded them to that version, and that's what we have. And then he exported it and modified it however he did. To be honest, when his guitar first came back, I was kind of like, this almost sounds like a Goo Goo Dolls song. That like Goo Goo Dolls guitar vibe to it. And I was like, And then I was like, no, that's in my head. Like it might have like a similar chord switch as, you know, one of the Goo Goo Dolls songs. And then I played it for my wife and she's like, are you trying to write a Goo Goo Dolls album? I'm like, oh, okay. I'm not the only one who heard it.
Do you not want the world to know who you are? That's like a bad bump on there.
Okay, so this next track was the first single. This released March 1st. The first green screen work I ever did was the music video. And this is Northern Nights.
Let's leave behind us all them city lights. Let's forget the bullshit and the politics and the fights. Let's be burning buds and logs to the sound of the frogs. Let's get back them northern nights. Them northern nights. Let's get back to them good old days, the way we were raised in that northern lays, where we sip beers out on the lake, Pass another bowl of that summer haze. Passing the glasses, we get blazed. No time for the uptight or fake. Only time for friends and IPAs on the lake. Not enough time for the memories we make, so we head on that old dirt road. Once as kids that we used to know. We take something hot, something cold. No one needs to know just where we go. So if you want to kick some shit out in the sticks with that big old band, they make you hicks. Well, it's BYLB, so bring your fix. Bring something to burn and something to mix. Let's just take some time, turn off them lights, let's get back. The northern nights, let's leave behind us all them city lights. Let's forget the bullshit and the politics and the fights. Let's be burning buds and logs to the sound of the frogs. Let's get back, them northern nights. Them northern nights. For my boys, you know how it goes. We don't hate the rain, but we pray for snow. Shoveling's the only time that we get low, and we walk behind mowers like it's cardio. Cause we're proud Americans, we're oil rich. We run the propane tanks and them oil rigs. Living in the trailer, but it's off the hitch. Don't help out of state plates when they're in the ditch. Cause it's coming shit tires, don't know how to drive. Getting into snow, and legally alive. Cause in Vermont, you need good tires to ride. Spend as much on the whip as the double wide. So we're rocking them tanks, never popping the collars. Smoking them danks, way back in the hollers. Grinding the bank and stacking them dollars. And Stabrick stinks and double IPA swallers. Let's just take some time, turn off them lights, let's get back. The northern nights, let's leave behind us all them city lights. Let's forget the bullshit and the politics and the fights. Let's be burning buds and logs to the sound of the frogs. Let's get back, them northern nights. Let's leave behind us all them city lights. Let's forget the bullshit and the politics and the fights. Let's be burning buds and logs to the sound of the frogs. Let's get back, them northern nights. Them northern nights.
Yeah. Second song on the album, Northern Nights.
That's, okay, I was going to give you constructive please. I think I'm not sure what to call this actually. I'm a what they call an old head when it comes to hip hop. So
Yep.
I look for fucking bass lines, and you so far really like bass lines. So keep fucking with bass lines.
Thank you.
Seriously, keep up fucking with bass lines, because that's what's missing in a lot of songs now.
Yeah, that's what I want is like all low end. Like I could give a fuck less about that. The hard part. I care less about the melody. I want a bass line that's got that like undercurrent going on.
Yeah, I mean, the bass line is going to pull me in almost every time, and then the lyrics will follow. But like, it's like,
Yep.
Keep, for the love of fucking God, keep fucking with bass lines.
I'm gonna echo what the Glyde says, and that's probably one of my favorite bass lines on this track or on this album.
Yeah,
Thank you.
same.
Yeah, I tend to zone out and listen to bass lines a lot, being a bass player, and that one has always grabbed my attention.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's why I had to mention it there, because it was definitely like it pulled me in, and it was reminiscent. I mean, I don't know, it's nowhere near the same, but it reminded me of like there's a Catch a Bad One by Del the Funky Homo Sapien. He has that fucking song's bass line pulls me right through it, and that was what was getting me into this song from the get. Is that
Nice.
I love the fucking bass in that song.
Thank you, brother.
You're welcome.
The fun part about this one is all these songs were just written on acoustic guitar. So that was like, and then I wrote, everything else after. But the chord progression, time, speed, lyrics, all written on actually this here guitar that sits next to me every show. That thing. All these were written on that. So a lot of the future MC Molasses stuff that people are going to see, I never even touched the guitar. Because I have, the the keyboard. So I've been doing a lot of it on piano. This one was like completely written, sitting with a guitar, just like I used to write old punk songs, which is why the last song has kind of a punk vibe to it.
It has that attitude for sure.
The Family Name is the next song. This one is that one I wrote. I wanted to write a song about the family and for my dad. And I didn't really know how to do it, and it was kind of raw and emotional, and I wasn't sure if I should even include it. And then I was like, I had played a version of it on Facebook, like, I don't know, in 2018, 2019. And one of my friends, it was a great idea. Skidmore said you can do an acoustic set. Actually, Skidmore, I'm going to be doing a couple songs live at an open mic tomorrow night. I'll probably be doing a couple songs from here.
That's awesome.
So Fruity Loops, your friend also. So Fruity Loops was the first program that I ever fucked with back when I was like 15 years old. Back when it was called Fruity Loops before it changed to FL Studio because they got sued. But
someone is going to confuse the serial for
of course for the
DAW.
Yeah, for the digital audio workspace. It's totally completely interchangeable. Nobody's
because I know when I look for a box of cereal and I fuck it up and I get the DAW instead and come home with a couple $1,000 bill.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus.
I hate it when I get the milk ready, pour it into my bowl, and just DAW everywhere.
Yeah, it's just
Jesus.
Yeah. So anyways, the Fruity Loops was the first one. Anyways, this next song was kind of like raw, emotional a little bit, and has some puns and a lot of Hickory jokes and puns in it. Yeah, and I also see the C word in this one because there was a part of me when I was recording it, or there was a point where when the song was written, it used the word runts, and I was like, that doesn't hit right for the family. So when the final decision came time, the version with the C word stayed. And
you say it was a C word. You said runts. So that doesn't rhyme with communist. That's weird. It says the commie as well. So that's...
Anyway, this one's called The Family Name.
Dad, I hope you're proud of me. Hope I'm a strong swear in the family tree. Hope Grandpa's looking down from heaven. Say the boy's working hard and his grind is on 11. No, there was a million times I made you mad, but son to Dad, I hope you never disappointed or sad when you look at me. Hope you're proud and you're glad. I hope I put the strength in Hickory. Tommy, it doesn't matter what you do for a living, as long as you provide for your own and you don't make a sin. And you shouldn't plan on them lottery winnings, but you always get something when you cash your cans. And he said you could cook or play, son, it really doesn't matter. You could be a farmhand and be up on the tractor. You could be like your old man, you could be swinging the hammer, but you go to fucking school and you mind your fucking grammar. I'm sorry that you never got to meet your grandfather. I said, don't worry, Dad, man, don't be bothered. So I grabbed the cooler, we headed down to the water. He said, I hope to teach you lessons like my dad would have taught you, like how to work a shotgun, a shovel, a truck, and a rake, how to keep your emotions checked when someone raises stakes. When the gums start flapping, check your temper, don't misbehave. Hickories don't start scrapping, they start taking grace. Dad, I hope you're proud of me. Hope I'm a strong swear in the family tree. Hope Grandpa's looking down from heaven. Say the boy's working hard and his grind is on 11. No, there was a million times I made you mad, but son to Dad, I hope you never disappointed or sad when you look at me. Hope you're proud and you're glad. I hope I put the strength in it. We got the picture perfect family that not everyone does. Doesn't mean we're not fucked up, they're just fucked up more than us. We deal with our problems sitting around a fire sipping suds, cause we're Hickories and we got giant fucking nuts. Yeah, we're fucked up, but you know what's up. You can see them things swing when we shake our butts, cause we're a plump little tribe not known for our cuts. And we rock harder than a truck with no struts. When you're on a ruddy road and you're grinding the clutch, and we're sharp on the wit, yeah, we're sassy little cunts. Cause I ain't never met a Hickory that's ever been stumped. We're type to beat you at your own game and then buy you lunch. Hickories around and we don't know how to front. If you want a shot, take us down, you best start at the stump. You want to test Hickory's patience, then you best be a monk. And if you're gonna outweigh us, man, you best weigh a ton. But I need to get back to my trees, man, this has seriously been fun. I hope you enjoyed the fresh roast saltiness of these Hickory nuts. Dad, I hope you're proud of me. Hope I'm a strong swear in the family tree. Hope Grandpa Mama's looking down from heaven. Say the boy's working hard and his grind is on 11. No, there was a million times I made you mad, but son to dad, I hope you never disappoint or sad when you look at me. Hope you're proud and you're glad. I hope I put the strength in Hickory.
Okay.
So every time I hear that song, I go, yeah, he wasn't a pop punk band.
Which is funny because I don't like that. That was not one that I ever thought somebody would like reference pop punk with me being in. But
Oh yeah, that chorus, man. That especially like the like one of the first times around, yeah, pure pop punk.
oh shit. Yeah, no, with the same 5 songs, that was exactly what I was expecting. But not the family name. That's funny because that was like not written. So Jake's always blamed me that no matter actually when I wrote this album, he looks at me and he was like, "So you wrote an Uncle Dad album with some raps in it, and now you're gonna call it MC Molasses?" And I was like, "Yeah, I guess. Like I didn't mean to. Like I thought I was writing like." You know, like original, like I was writing something different, but no, like it totally, I mean, the family name was totally just like a, oh, this guitar is horribly out of tune, never mind. But like it started as just like, it was, the song was written almost like in a chant manner. Like it was just like a bump, 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 and like on guitar with E, C, and G. And like it was almost that when I wrote it, it wasn't like necessarily that the progression even mattered. It was like the guitar, just the rhythm was like keeping the beat going per se. You know what I mean? It was filling in that space because originally I was playing it on an acoustic guitar, so it was like filling the space with the drums and everything. And then yeah, so that's funny that I had never thought about the family name chorus being a pop punk chorus, but it makes sense because almost everything I write is going to end up sounding like pop punk.
I mean, you go to your roots, right? I mean, it's. I was thinking that the chorus that had that kind of feel, and then like, but also that riff was coming to me, and I'm sitting there thinking like I could probably see this happening at a punk show.
That's fair.
Yeah, but that doesn't take away from the fact that like that you're rapping your ass off on this too. So it's like,
thank you.
Yeah,
it was definitely one of those where it was like, I don't know, there's some like emotional family shit I don't know if I'm going to get into because it was like really written on our family. Like we deal with our problems sitting around a fire, fucking drinking and talking it out. And like, that's just how the family like has always operated. It's like a very like, we're like a really loving, cool, neutral, like we never, like family gatherings are never fights. It's always like very chill. But the discussion, like there's a separation where there's like Christmas and Thanksgiving, all these family get-togethers where we all see each other, we're cool, and then there's certain times where we all get together and we're just like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? And that's like those campfire sessions where it's like we all get together and we're like, yo. And it happens, unfortunately, after COVID, it happened more on phone calls than it did sitting around a fire sipping suds. But as a friendly reminder, this entire EP was written back in 2015, 2016. The pandemic was not even a glimmer in the eye of a Chinese lab scientist at the time. Oh, we got a good one. Paula Berlinski in the comments said, what year did the first Rolling Stones record come out? You will be wrong. It's a trick question. If you guys have a guess.
Bot. It's a bot.
Skid Morrow said 2024. I mean, maybe.
It's totally a bot.
But she responded with a year. You guys want to guess what well, G-Dubs knows what it is, but
64.
1930.
What the fuck?
Hold on. Skimora said I was close, Paul. Paula said, Bud Jameson, who is Suzanne Karen's lawyer in Disorder in the Court, and Jimmy Adam in the 1930s performed as the Rolling Stones. They first recorded it was down by the old Rio Grande. 1930.
Yeah, so
Paula said, "You're a fucking bot."
Okay, well, bot. Well, that's exactly the kind of response that a bot would give you.
Yeah.
So I've seen those Terminator movies one too fucking many times to really believe this. So
yeah, it's getting so good, man.
Yeah, I know I'm online and everything, and you could probably come through my ears and T1000 or some shit to me right now. But yeah,
I stand by my comment. A bot's obviously going to say that.
Yeah, I will die on the hill. Probably tonight. We'll find out. Yeah. Come get me, bots.
It could be true.
No, actually, don't come get me, bots. I got some shit I want to do.
Yeah, I'm busy tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be a busy day. So, bots, just do your thing somewhere else. Go Skynet somewhere else.
I'll bet your beard is rented.
What the fuck is that?
Oh, damn.
Wow. That's a mean bot right there.
I know bots and whatnot.
God damn. If you're online, bot, then you should go listen to The Corner on all the platforms except for the Bezos app. But it's all there. Wow. What a sassy fucking bot.
Love it. So the next song on the album, the Bobber song, was written because there was a popular country song by I don't know, like Morgan Wallen in the Florida Georgia line. It was like the Bobbers going up, down, up, down, up, down. And my wife kept calling it the Bobber song, and I was like, it would be really funny if somebody wrote a song called the Bobber song. So Taro Destroyer in the comments said, "Give it up, Paula. These guys have an average IQ of 82."
I mean, I scored an 85. Come on. Jeez. These bots are cruel, man. Holy shit.
Damn.
I'm loving it. This is too much fun.
Thank
you. That was the best.
I want to say thank you, Taro Destroyer, because you just gave me like a high IQ compared to what I have. Like,
man, shit, they don't even have to fucking physically kill me. They've emotionally scarred me.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know if I'll recover from this. Come on the show. Come on the show, Hickory says. It'll be fine. What a God damn.
I never said it would be fine. I just said come on the show. Just to be fair, I was like, that's the Drunken Under Quarantine show. So we say fucked up shit once in a while. Yeah. Tara Destroyer said I'm generous, savage. Oh, I love
apparently the person who tested my IQ was generous too. Man. Fucking A, man.
God damn.
Anyways,
kittens got claws.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah, Jason's got a good point. Send all hate mail to reggiebritain@gmail.com.
The Reggie Britton.
The Reggie Britton. Or Reggie Britton, too. We don't care. We don't care where you send the hate mail.
Send it to the top dog, Andrew Tate. He can fucking handle it, apparently.
That's right.
He's fighting ghosts now. So
yeah, who knows?
Yeah, whatever. He can take on some bots.
He basically hired a bunch. That was how his career got going.
Yeah. Oh man. Apparently he's got lung cancer. Oh, boo-hoo for that.
Yeah, I'm especially upset myself.
Yeah, I cried some joyous tears when I found
out. Is it wrong that man has no bearing in my life whatsoever? Like, I don't hate him. I don't know him. Like I've never sat there and listened to a single thing he's said, so I have no bearing on like.
No, that was basically me. I don't give two shits.
That's not wrong, and I'll tell you, my history of him was probably only 3 months long. First time I found out who he was, and then within minutes, I'm like, oh my fucking god, I hate this man. So it's like, that's pretty much it for me, and he did it to himself. But yeah, so he's away over there.
Pull us down the comments, savage. I'll come back after your husbands leave when you have 2 viewers. Hey, Paula, oh wait, you have 2 viewers now.
Oh, we have 4.
Oh yeah, but on YouTube we only have 2.
Oh,
And we have some more on Rumble.
I
Yeah.
did send this out to people who follow my show too, so hopefully they at least watch the replay. So
Jason said, "Hey, bot, send it to me." No, I like Polo so far. This has been fun. I wish more people like that would drop by on my birthday.
I've gotten a good laugh. Okay, and that's definitely fun.
Okay. The next one on the song, or on this EP, basically, wife was like, "Hey, this song's really popular." She kept calling it the Bobber song, and I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna write a song called the Bobber song. That's basically a joke of a song." You were 50%, Pola. Oh, a pair of Siamese twins count as one. It depends.
Depends on where they're attached, right?
Sean said Fed. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Hey, Fed, check out this next song where I mentioned having both weed and a gun. That's not a felony. Here we go. This one's called the Bobber song.
But you're in Vermont, though.
It's only 10 a.m. We'll have time to do it again. Bobber's going uptown in the fucking sun. Wow, I'm almost strung out. We ain't even close to night. Bobber's in the sun, now my head is bobbing uptown. I ain't gonna come down. 7% is light. Bobber's going uptown in the fucking sun. Wow, I'm almost strung out. We ain't even close to night. So baby, hold my pole. I'll pack us up. Bull Bobber's on a roll. And the sun ain't even high. It's about time for boats and beers in the lake. I've had about as much as work week as I can take, but traveling out with the kayak ain't ever a mistake. So let's paddle, pop beers, get fucking baked. This ain't a place of drama, just get it off your chest. It's where I keep my tackle right inside my vest, right next to my Ruger, right next to my bowl. Fucking fishing and shooting, it's all that we know. So let's paddle on out, let's go for a row. 3 beers in the dab, are you ready to roll? I'll bring the beers and the bait, are you ready to go? I can show you where the fucking fat ass bass grow, so I won't be offended if you don't see it my way. Cause this here is a lake and I ain't here for a dry stay. And I ain't gonna judge, man, if it's drunk or high day. Fuck it, we're fishing, man, let's call it Friday. Bobber's going uptown in the fucking sun. Wow, I'm almost strung out. We ain't even close to night. Bobber's in the sun, now my head is bobbing uptown. I ain't gonna come down. 7% is light. Bobber's going uptown in the fucking sun. Wow, I'm almost strung out. We ain't even close to night. So baby, hold my pole. I'll pack us up. Bull Bobber's on a roll. And the sun ain't even high. In a pond, a lake, a river, creek, or stream, it's where you find a piece of the American dream. Where I'm proud of who I've been since I stepped on the scene. I'm straight from the woods, back at state number 14. It's fun in the sun, we're casting lines, baby. If it gets too hot, we can find a spot that's shady. I was thinking if everything goes right, then just maybe we'll pull out the biggest trout this lake's ever seen. No, it's only 10 a.m. We'll have time to do it again. Bobber's going uptown in the fucking sun. Wow, I'm almost strung out. We ain't even close to night. Bobber's in the sun, now my head is bobbing uptown. I ain't gonna come down. 7% is light. Bobber's going uptown in the fucking sun. Wow, I'm almost strung out. We ain't even close to night. So baby, hold my pole. I'll pack us up. Bull Bobber's on a roll. And the sun ain't even high. I'd rather get there early than get there late. I'd rather waste my time, waste it on a lake. We got nothing to lose and we got nothing time. The times of our lives and a bass on the line. So tie down your paddle and bring 2 poles. We could work on our cast and just kind of troll. There's something about this old lake that just suits your soul. So let's meet at sunrise at the old fishing hole. No, it's only 10 a.m. We'll have time to do it again. Bobber's going uptown in the fucking sun. Wow, I'm almost strung out. We ain't even close to night. Bobber's in the sun, now my head is bobbing uptown. I ain't gonna come down. 7% is light. Bobber's going uptown in the fucking sun. Wow, I'm almost strung out. We ain't even close to night. So baby, hold my pole. I'll pack us up. Bull Bobber's on a roll. And the sun ain't even high. Whoa.
Oh, almost got to the next one. I don't think the bot's here. So
So
Uncle Joe's Bot Army. So yeah, the Bobber song was really written to be a parody of pop country music at the time, and turned into something that sounded like bassy country fishing song. What do you guys think? Please.
Well, you kept with that bass line, so I'm pretty happy to hear that bass line in there. Again,
I like it. It's fucking heavy.
Yeah, that was
all right. I'm gonna piss myself. I'll be right back.
You got it.
I thought he was gonna do it right there.
Skimora said like the chorus.
Yeah,
That's the funny part about this song is I wrote the chorus and then I had a really hard time with it once I went to go lay it down and I couldn't figure it out. The first time we went to go record the song, it was like back in 2016 or whatever. It was like I had a hard time figuring out the chorus, and then no shit, I like dug into the old pad when I looked up like all the songs, because I write better on pen and paper. I don't know, Matt, actually that's a good question. I'll ask you, as a guy who writes poetry, can you write digitally or do you have to pen and pad it?
I suck digitally, so I really do have to do a pen and pad. I have like somewhere back there. I have those old composition books.
Yep,
that's what I keep.
I do keep like these around everywhere, and then I transfer them to bigger notepads, like because these are just like writing like when something pops into my head.
Right.
I'll throw it down. And that's good for like music or comedy. I do both because like I have joke ideas. To have a pad like in a couple different places in the house is sweet because you'll get joke ideas. G-Dubs, you'll relate to this. Having like the level of advancement of having like a small pad in every room in your house.
Yeah.
For both comics and songwriters. Because like it works for songs too, because I get ideas. Like I was at work, actually I might have notes under here. Oh yeah, I wrote this was like at work recently. I got more of them too.
I've got a question like that too.
This one from work was about, I wanted to write a song about like a hip hop song about the Amish. So the chorus was going to be like, I raise barn, raise crops, bust ass till the sun drops, raise heads, raise herds, raise plots, drag family up on my way to the top, respect family. Yeah, I don't remember. I can't read that. Sorry. But there's not enough. Raise hell till the sun drops, and bust ass when the fucking beat drops. But yeah, it was just like one of these random ideas from I had at work, and I was like, I need to write that on a pad and remember it.
Yeah,
I use pen and paper with lots of scratch marks. Yeah, that's I get like writer's block when I try to write like sitting at a computer, and that's for like anything, whether it's like music, it's comedy, it's anything. If I'm trying to type out my thoughts writing, it doesn't work. It needs to be pen and pad, and then I transfer it over. The exception is when I've been recording the Real Men of Genius bits. I will sit and actually listen to the music, and then I will write as I go. And that's how I've been doing those. Maybe that's why they're not as funny 5 in as they were as the first one, or maybe it's I was getting still with the idea, but there's, that's how I've been. That way works for me with that. But it's basically how I pen and paper.
Yeah, the only thing I've been able to write effectively digitally first is like when I do my show, I will write out the questions and then the bare bone stuff like into a note on my phone, and I'll email it to myself, which is why I do it electronically. Otherwise, I can't. I just have a hard time with that blinking cursor. It makes my head go blank when I see it. So
for me, it really depends on what I'm writing. Like if I'm doing jokes, I do it into my phone. Like my phone is full of jokes because I always have it on me, and like if I think of something really funny, I'll put it in right there.
Yeah.
The hard part is I'm writing a script for a movie I'm shooting this summer, and I've haven't even looked at it in a couple months because I'm like, I don't want to sit in front of the computer and do this.
This is the thing, is it's a whole ordeal. Ugh. I have discovered that my phone, like, you could do the notes and you can do it voice to text. And so if and it actually works in the car too. If I just hit the button on my steering wheel and say, record a note or whatever, using the name of the phone to activate it, it'll actually listen to me. And I've been able to transfer a few lines of my poetry that way.
Oh, cool.
And so I'm not going to say that digital sucks, because it doesn't, but I'm definitely an analog type of guy.
Yeah, there's something about putting it to paper that like finalizes it for me. Like, because I use pen, I can't stand pencil. I fucking hate pencil. And so like when I write in pen, like I try not to mess up. So like if like when I was doing poetry, it like I would have to rewrite an entire poem if I fucked up one part of it. And so like using technology is easier for me because I can shape it easier. And that's not to say that I don't like paper. I do. But yeah, that's just my thought process.
So I will say that I don't actually use pen and paper. It's pen and paper. I've always used a pen. I've never liked a pencil when I'm writing. I don't know why. Always use pens. And no, a lot of my lyrics will be fucking scratched out and written over, or like written atop of. And that's been like a consistent theme throughout my entire music producing career. Which a lot of people on the channel have no idea, because this channel is that of a drunk magician who came on, started doing the Drunken Under Quarantine show 3 years ago and presented himself as a drunk magician. But like, that was always a part of my past, is that I've always been in bands. I've always been musically inclined. And, but no, it's always been pen and paper, especially with comedy. I would rewrite the same joke fucking 4 times. And by rewrite, I'm lying. I mean, I would rewrite it twice. There would be once where I wrote it the way I thought it was going to go. I'd read it aloud or perform it, and it didn't go over well. And then I'd go in and I'd scratch out and write over the top and slowly craft it. And then once I thought I liked it, I would write it on a different page where there was more finished material. And then from there, I would transfer that over to digital and save it like in, I forgot that, Google Docs. And that way, anytime I was like at a show and I couldn't remember something, I'd just like go into there and pull it up on my phone, and I'd have like a digital version of my material. If I was like, I couldn't remember the end of a bit, you know what I mean? Or like I had 5 or 10 jokes written about something and I couldn't remember 1 or 2. I just go in, like, in that way it was always on my phone. But the actual writing process always went on pen and paper with scratch marks. And
yeah, that's kind of, that's like I have the scratch marks and everything. I got words and margins. I've got little asterisks next to something, like with an alternate line somewhere else on the page or in another page, and I make sure I do some sort of code that fits the poem I'm working on, and then there's little dashes where I want my line breaks. Sometimes if I'm doing something in a strict rhythm, I have little. I took this from Rakim, Eric B. and Rakim. I have little dots that tell you where the syllables are supposed to hit. So,
okay.
And I find that part like pretty helpful if I'm writing in rhythm. But
that makes sense.
Yeah. So it's but beyond that, I was just telling GG Dubs too, is like that blinking cursor sometimes freaks me the fuck out when I'm trying to write poetry anyway. But if I'm writing like an email or an essay or something like that, then I'm 100% digital.
The deal with writing and like being creative isn't the curse or anything. I think it's the act of typing versus the act of writing. Like writing just feels much more, I don't know. I feel much less pressure about it because it's not as refined.
Yeah.
Like it's not, and I know text in a document is never permanent, but it looks more permanent than me writing something down in a notebook, I think. And I think there's like a mental block there, which I didn't know about until I just worked it out on the show. So thank you guys.
You're welcome. I'm going to send like a total poet with just this last little bit before I take over the
Yeah, please.
When I get that pen, like the ink marks all over my hand and there's something about that I like. And then that's such a fucking hipster poet shit to say right there. But I do. I like it though. I like seeing the ink on my hand.
That's fair. Skimara said, "Real man of genius, Mr. Joe Biden, YouTube bot maker." That would be great. Mr. DNC bot maker.
You should do one of the for whoever, Pola, whatever. You should do a little thing first.
Just a dedicated one to Pola.
Yeah.
Miss Pola Berlinski, today we salute you for gumming up another random YouTube show that nobody cares about.
That shit was crazy.
It was fucking hysterical. I said, all of us know here how to write cursive, like cryptic writing for younger folks. Yeah, but they know how to code. That's like where I have a split thing on it, because like when it comes to the cursive subject, because I have a lot of people in my life that they aren't teaching cursive in school. And I'm like, yeah, but they're teaching coding. So like, I'd much rather kids learn how computers work than know how to write cursive.
Right.
But then we always come back to like, all of our legal documents are written in cursive.
Yeah.
So like I appreciate it, because like we should be focusing more digital. On the flip side, like we should also be working on a future where like people don't need lawyers. Where law is common sense enough that the average man could defend himself in court and not be a fucking idiot. Because I think everybody can agree on that that you shouldn't have to pay like fucking $500,000 for a decent defense, or have like really good insurance, or be a member of GOA or something. Like there's mind boggling.
I mean, can we really pontificate on this stuff? I mean, our combined IQ is 82 or some shit.
Well, that was the average. So
and that was being generous.
Okay, so
yeah.
But either way, we're not qualified to talk about this.
That's fair.
That is so fucking funny. This is great.
Sean said, "Did you see the letter to Biden from the 6-year-old? It has a cursive G in it." I did. I don't know. I saw that people were criticizing it, and like, to be honest, the fact that they were trying to tell me that a 4-year-old wrote a letter in general is mind-boggling. Because I know my 5-year-old niece, who's super fucking smart, couldn't sit there and write a whole letter. Like she can write words, you know what I mean? She could write a sentence about something she wants to, but she's not writing a whole fucking letter about the pay gap.
Or
I mean, if she was coached, like if somebody was sitting there telling her what to write, maybe. Skimura said, "I missed that." Sean said, "If you can create an emoji, you should create cursive writing digital text. That would be great." Skimura said that you can't do a simple math problem without a whole sheet of paper.
You see you on the screen?
Oh.
Hi.
That's little Mira.
Thank you for belting that out earlier.
That's our proud little 1-year-old.
Oh. Well, thanks for dropping by, Mira. We appreciate it.
Yeah, Kyle says thank you, baby kid.
Sean said you're 100% right. I'm not sure what he was about, but yeah, the emoji thing would be funny. Cursive, so that like older people could write in cursive online younger people wouldn't be able to read it. That would be hysterical.
That would be funny. I would.
But no, the part about all the founding documents, all legal texts, right? All legal texts or just the founding documents are written in cursive.
At
Yeah.
least the documents.
At least the documents, but
yeah, and everybody's signature is supposed to be cursive too. So it's like you said before, like we all sign off with cursive.
yeah, I actually changed my signature when I was like 24 or 26. It used to be like my full name signed. And one day at the DMV, I was just like, you know what? I'm doing it different. And I changed my signature. So legally, my signature is not my full name because it's been that way for like almost a decade. Everybody's just been cool with it.
Yeah, mine's like you could definitely tell there's a Matt in there or a Matthew.
It's been that way for like almost a decade. Everybody's just been cool with it.
Yeah, and,
That was weird.
Yeah, it was weird. I don't know what happened there. I had it on so I could comment if it needed to be, and it just
Oh, okay. Yep. That'll happen. It's delayed a little bit.
But it just turned itself up.
That's funny.
Yeah, I think that's the bots getting into my phone.
Okay, let's do the last song on the album. Same 5 songs. See, this is the one where I was like, if people are going to get pop punk vibes on this album, this is the one that's going to do it. But who knows? Maybe I'm completely wrong and it was the other one.
Oh, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Keep singing them same 5 songs. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Keep singing them same 5 songs. There's one about women, one about ripping, one about wishing that nothing was wrong, one about fishing, one about drinking. That's why we keep singing right along to the whoa, whoa, whoa. Keep singing them same 5 songs. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Keep singing them same 5 songs. That's why we keep on rapping to the same 5 beats about love in the woods and how we're hating the streets and how we love staying up late moments where I sleep. Cause I gotta be up early strapping boots on my feet. Cause I'm usually singing in the shower for the sunrise or falling even more in love with my lady's eyes. And if I had a plane that I'd paint the sky. I don't have a voice, I'll sing the times of our lives. There's one about grinding, one about shining, none about not fighting or not reaching our goals. There's a few about riding, one about not minding, getting back to the same 5 songs we know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Keep singing them same 5 songs. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Keep singing them same 5 songs. There's one about women, one about ripping, one about wishing that nothing was wrong, one about fishing, one about drinking. That's why we keep singing right along to the whoa, whoa, whoa. Keep singing them same 5 songs. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Keep singing them same 5 songs. Find your summer jams and keeping them on repeat. Takes you back to high school like some sweet skunky weed. Like the way high school's sweet heart looked in them sheets. Nothing could go wrong, man, we were so naive. But every time I go back to them rhymes, I play it and rewinds and sends chills on my spine. Cause everything's fine, fill this bowl of mine. We'll smoke and sing till the sun starts to shine. There's one about friends, one how it never end, one about how we're so high that we'd never get low. There's one about grinding, one about the mind, getting back to the same 5 songs we know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Keep singing them same 5 songs. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Keep singing them same 5 songs. There's one about women, one about ripping, one about wishing that nothing was wrong, one about fishing, one about drinking. That's why we keep singing right along to the whoa, whoa, whoa. Keep singing them same 5 songs. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Keep singing them same 5 songs. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, there's one about friends. Whoa, whoa, whoa. One about how it never ends. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We were so high we could never get low. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Get back the same 5 songs we know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Keep singing them same 5 songs. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Keep singing them same 5 songs. There's one about women, one about ripping, one about wishing that nothing was wrong, one about fishing, one about drinking. That's why we keep singing right along to the whoa, whoa, whoa. Keep singing them same 5 songs. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Keep singing them same 5 songs.
Yeah. And that was the entire EP. See, that was the one I was thinking people would get pop punk vibes from.
So here's the vibe I got from that song. And here's another challenge for you.
Please.
So in the very beginning of that song, you have like this like old school hip hop drum beat that like reminded me so much of like a jam.
The blizzard of the century has hit.
Nope.
God damn blizzards.
Vermont, and drivers are choosing electric vehicles.
Oh, yeah. Drivers are choosing. If apparently there's a German efficiency of Vermont.
Here, my name.
Oh, another ad.
Damn.
Sorry, I'm listening to the ad, so you don't have to. You can keep going, G-Dubs.
Okay, so in the beginning, like there's this like beat, and I just was waiting for like a scratch to come in, like and through the entire song, I just wanted scratches.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
Keep singing them same 5 songs.
Some scratches in there.
Yeah, like the beat to it, it sounded like something Run DMC would have used,
Okay.
or it's very reminiscent.
Yeah, I could hear that.
That's cool, because that was like honestly a beat I built from scratch. So thank you. That's cool.
Do you know anyone who can fuck with records and make the scratches? I know you don't even need records anymore, I guess, but like.
No, but in the after show, I'll share a piece with you where there is some scratches.
All right.
How about that?
Yeah, I like that.
Your next EP should be called The Next 5 Songs. No, the next EP is going to be called Real Hip Hops. Real as in REEL, as in a lawnmower. And then hip hop, but hops as in, the things they put in beer. So there'll be a cool I'm working on the graphic right now. It's like a real mower with a photo, like a graphic of hops on the side of it as it's going over a lawn. Anyways, no, the next EP is entirely fucking lawn care hip hop. It is Turf Type All Elite built out into an entire album, and
it's that was a very specific niche you're going.
It's very niche. I don't know. We'll actually play that Matt. I'll play that for you in the after show, which will probably be short because we've gone really long on the regular show. But on the after show, I actually did a real men of genius about Mr. Lawn Care Rapper Guy. For I think it was last week or the week before.
Yeah, it was last week.
I did hear that one. Yes.
Okay, nice. Get GW scratching goes well.
Yeah.
Gangs of calligraphy viciously vandalize a local library. Federal experts are determining what it says. That would be hysterical. That's the future we're looking at. Interesting times indeed. Anyways, we should get on over to the after show.
All right.
Please go check out Mr. GW Foley. G-Dubs, any plugs before we get on out of here?
Yes, this Saturday, Comedy Thunderdome.
Yeah.
Ryan Kenyon, Meredith Gordon, Eric Dryblatt, and myself are competing for the title. And there can only be one, and that's going to be me. So
that's
yes.
right. The longest reigning the Comedy Thunderdome champion ever, Mr. GW Foley, back in the Thunderdome Saturday night in Middlebury at the Marquee Theater to regain his title from Ryan Kenyon. Jason will be there. Jason, thank you. It was good to see you last time at Comedy Roast or Movie Roast. And I'm happy to announce I'll be there for at least next Comedy Roast, possibly the one after. We'll see how the scheduling goes, but I'm very looking forward to the next Comedy Roast. So it'll be good to be down there. I'm glad. Please plug away before we get out of here.
All right. Go to the corner and then somewhere. Actually, I got it right here.
Oh, he has stickers?
No, I don't have stickers yet. Well, I'm dropping shit.
I was looking at that the other day.
This right here is my book of poetry. So I'm going to plug that first. This is it's Friday. It's going to be its 5-year plus 2 anniversary. So 7 years since this little ditty came out. I don't plug this enough, probably because I've been working on the podcast, which I'm going to totally plug right now, called The Corner. You can find that on Apple. You can find that on Spotify, Stitcher, Pocket Casts, even on iHeart. It's everywhere except for the Bezos website, because nobody talks about fucking podcasts on Amazon. But I'm everywhere you can go except for there. And yeah, come on. It's called The Corner. If you don't remember that, just type in Matthew Wood and you'll find me looking all goofy. I can actually pull up a picture of that right now. Oops, that's not the wrong. That's the wrong app. Here we go. Just going to find this picture here. Let's see if it works. No.
Nope.
Let's see. Doesn't work that way, but you could find me. It's easy. The Corner. I try to drop an episode every Monday. I've given myself a few outs. Let's see if this works. There we go. That's the picture.
Yeah,
Right
looking
there.
goofy.
Goofy ass me. The Corner, it's a little hip hop, a little poetry, a little everything. Yeah, one of these days, very soon, I'm going to get these two guys on there. Maybe at the same time, maybe separately. But yeah, Corner, come on, it's a good time, and guests are allowed to swear as well. So.
Please go check that out. A lot of cool interviews over there with some really cool artists that some you would expect and some you wouldn't expect. It's been a really mixed bag. It's been really, really cool what you've done over there. I'm thrilled.
Much.
Thank you for the great work, my friend. Sean, good evening, my fine gentleman. It was wonderful to meet you, Matt. See you on the corner.
Sean. Thank you. See you at the corner, man.
He'll be out there waving fives. That's for sure.
Leave some comments and follow that shit too, because share it.
With that, thank you guys for hanging out with me for a very special birthday episode. Matt, if you don't know, there's going to be like a 2-minute video. Then we're getting the after show. It's Rumble exclusive. Thank you guys. Have a beautiful evening. Thank you guys for joining me on my birthday. I will see you guys next week for episode 47. I forget. I think there's somebody on next week. I don't know. The next couple of weeks, we got Alyssa and the Paint of One Lemon coming on. I'm pretty sure Pear's looking to come back on. Matt Gray, Jeremy Frost, and there's one other one. I don't know. Birthdays happen and people all of a sudden reach out to you. So there's going to be some people on the next couple of weeks before we get into season 3 or season 4. Anyways, until then, I'll see you guys next week. Drunk Magician out. Cheers.
Are you saying you want to show me your tits? This is a weird show.